lanes. So devastating those early levels. As far as the Blink versus Shadowblade combo is concerned, I wouldn't hate a Shadowblade with a gem on Slark eventually at the later stages of the game. I feel like as far as being able to find Bounty Hunter, that's a nice little combination and something that they could do.
Mirana as well as mana issues. When we spamming your spells to get your farm, sometimes I have seen Miranas where they would just use that arrow to quickly push up. Besides using the star to push up the lane, use an arrow to go quickly farm the medium camp or hard camp, just get a creep right out, bit of EXP here and there. And CM's gonna help. Frostbite. Especially Bounty Hunter. LGD. Just like the Mirana off lane. What?
Yeah, that's what it looks to be. That could be a relatively strong lane with the CM if they wanted to run those two there together. It would mean that it would be Slark, ET, and Elder Titan would probably.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I don't know. This is an awkward one. Maybe you run the off-lane Mirana, but you run it in the safe lane on Radiant side, and then you go like aggro tri-lane with the Slark since there's already a Bounty Hunter. You know that lane's going to be a little bit weaker. But at least for now, Warriors Gaming&Unity are going to take the DP for the mid for themselves. And this is just a hero that's all over the place. Now they've got tremendous Roche taking potential. I gotta say, I like Warriors Gaming&Unity's draft, but I feel like LGD has something up their sleeve.
They could potentially run like aggro lane with the E and Crystal Maiden with the Slark, and you just put them around the same lane. Because you're going up against the Darkseer, like they're not exactly known as your heroes which can do well against the Darkseer, which is why you can see really develop or you don't have to deal against that. Zen can always deep and shot. So
I was thinking the exact same thing, and when I was saying that, the other part that you end up having with this is that the Bounty Hunter, well, he is going to be able to be somewhat effective in the tri-lane versus tri-lane, if that's what it ends up being. He still wants to roam around more than have to trade hits in a tri-lane. So I do kind of like that combination. It's a 5-man rotation down towards this bottom lane, and Zaki might end up just being the one who ends up dying here, as they are going to run into him. Do they have any dust? It's right there on the edge. They get the frostbite as well as the pounce, and that's going to allow them to be able to find this kill onto Zaki. First blood going the way of LGD.
And that's going to be a very nice thing. So they read the situation well. A good thing from WG, Zaki already they could get 5-man movement, though better that he dies instead of anyone else. So it's still quite open. It's time to walk back, but that's also very, very early.
Good stuff. I'm liking the movement, and as you can see, it's going to be Mirana, Xiaowei. He's actually heading up towards the off lane, so they're not going for aggro lane versus aggro lane. Already an Iron Shell and Zaki, and they're gonna have to back out at the moment. So LGD not going to go for the aggressive tri-lane. Instead, they're just going to be sticking Xiaowei there to farm up the camp. I mean, it's a little bit better now for Mirana off lane. You can go for that 1 point in the arrow, and now you can farm your camp. It feels like this is a hero that could go back to being played in the off lane a little bit more often.
Yeah, I agree. If you're where he is your lane, and it's not going to be that easy as well for them to kill him because Lion and Slaughter, but always the leap. So as long as he has decent vision, he kill him off. But we may be seeing a quick engage in the top lane.
Oh, they're gonna.
Oh, he uses the arrow. They know he doesn't have to leap.
Oh, that's a little bit scary. Afu trying to get the body blocks. Hemi and Xiaowei, but not gonna be able to find the kill. So still fine for the moment. I might try and reconnect real quickly because I'm getting some lag. Hopefully you're all good. But
yeah, no problem.
I'm kind of curious what your thought is here on Nana in the mid lane DP. This is probably one of his most comfortable heroes, and he's, at least in my eyes, the sort of star of the show as far as Warriors Gaming&Unity is concerned.
Yes, I think we've casted before, like WG.Unity games, even before the TI qualifiers. Like, Nana is just a very aggressive player, and he makes these how unorthodox plays, which always seem to pay off. And he's I mean, I've said this several times, he's also one of the players which, I don't know, he's outclassed Dendi. And that's been like years ago, but here we are. I think DP and DK, this is a static lane. Levels up.
Okay. We'll see if they're going to be able to make that happen. I mean, obviously a misplay could happen at any point in time, but not going to be expecting that one. When, meanwhile, drops down to 14 HP over in the jungle, and he's going to be able to keep on soaking up that experience here as well. Zaki, still the somewhat off-lane-ish bounty hunter, soaking up experience whenever Wen's not in lane. And everything looking fairly static. The plus side you do have here for LGD is that MMY's been able to sort of continuously jungle on the CM, taking that point on the Arcane Aura and getting the hard camp stacked up several times.
I like the aggressive go just trying to deny whatever EX can, but you know, because of dual lane, Iron Shell and anti around, very very scary times trying to control this lane. Actually, like your carry is nightmare in the second and all. When as long as he keeps a double iron, I'm gonna burn through aggressive tangos very very quickly. Why he's gonna be jungling? Yeah, he's not gonna be involved for a while. He needs at least one or two more levels before being around.
Well, and I've been watching him actually doing this jungling the whole time through, and he kind of played it not exactly perfectly. He is forced to use 2 frostbites to kill off the centaur there, as he kind of fogged himself and didn't want to break his clarity. So because of that, he ended up not being able to right-click the centaur the whole time through, and that led him to just a little bit inefficiency with farming, and so he's gonna not quite be level 3 as of yet. So a little bit of a misplay there by MMY, but no big deal. He's gonna go back and get himself to level 3, and that should allow him to either A, roam a little bit more, or B, give a little bit more of that mana to the rest of his team, depending upon how he wants to play it.
I'll see what he's going to see for something a bit more oriented, like get more into the Nova, or he just wants to go for like the control and getting more points in the Frostbite.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I do like the sort of cooldown reduction of it, but by and large, like Frostbite, the damage isn't really going to be a ton there. He does go back to the second point in Arcane, so this makes sense. He's not going to have enough mana really to be able to spam out the Crystal Nova anyways, so good stuff for him for the moment. The Ion Shelled Bounty Hunters still causing some issues in the bottom lane. At least is going to mean that this Slark is not getting everything that he wants. As a couple more right clicks come in and aggressive, just having trouble. Up here on the top lane, Xiaowei leaping away is going to take one more right click, and he's going to be forced out of lane again by Aku. So good start for Warriors Gaming&Unity despite the first blood.
And with the 2 points in the Arcane Aura as well, maybe he doesn't hit, but spamming his brief, it benefits him. And like very static lane. Nana, you know, even if level 3 points in his life, and maybe it was like a bit previous before, then maybe a better edge. But going, you got 2 points in Dragon's Blood, it's gonna be very very hard to kill, maybe at all. Yeah. Even if Bounty Hunter roaming in.
Yeah, it's definitely a problem. And we're still seeing the MMY Crystal Maiden continuing to farm up these camps, get them stacked, and it's going to try and go for another one here, which is going to help out a decent amount maybe if he wants to try and accelerate and farm as they go further into the later stages of this game. Tread's now completed for aggressive, continuing to farm, but it's not the easiest lane in the world against the Darkseer. You were talking about that earlier, how this does kind of cause some problems.
Lane, we see Sep and MMY, they're kind of hanging around. If anything, it should be Nana who is the most vulnerable here. But he does have wards. But here, can he get killed? Stop.
I got 2 Spirit Siphons. Nicely played for the moment. Up in the top lane, Murano was able to kill off the Lion. She was wrapping around on him for a little while there, but it was still surprising that they were able to find that kill. And as soon as they got the double Spirit Siphon, there's no way they're going to be able to find that one. Bottom lane, aggressive getting ran on. Zaki taking some damage. He is going to go for the Dark Pack, but still ends up falling. So this dual aggressive off lane really working, and the 3-0 rotation doesn't find a kill on Nana in the mid lane.
That's the big thing. So yeah, usually in those cases you think like 1 Soul Siphon, and Nana is nah, I'm going to go for 2 very tanky heroes as well. So he gank, and still, but I'm pretty impressed that Xiaowei managed to get that kill onto the line. Like going up with the slot in the line, this should not be happening.
Yeah, and he just looked like the line got a little bit out of vision there, was running away after a leap forward. Yeah, this might end up being a quick and easy one. There's going to be the Starstorm, not quite enough damage, and Otto is here. Yeah, they're actually going to end up going back onto September, taking a bit of damage. Does not have enough mana for the quest. Needs to pop the mango. There it is. And there's going to be the kill. A nice X follow-up as well onto Xiaowei. No chance for a turnaround. And exceptionally well played there.
Well, the good thing for this right now is, yes, Slaughter, he gets a kill, he goes back and healed. But top lane, they want to go Xiaowei again. Do we have to go up a bit more? One more. No.
Oh, that was really close. They are going to get the stomp now, and
Used raindrop.
that should almost be a kill arrow. Not quite there. Zaki's still in a little bit of trouble. Needs to try and juke it out. He's going to end up going for the tango dash through. Does also have stick charges here and is going to be able to get hit, but not killed off by that stomp. So really well played. Zaki's bounty hunter. He's been making stuff happen. Killed Slark and has only died once at that first blood.
And of course, because he has a tango, he just waited out and by the side chill, gets some E. But middle lane, I think they want to go again round 2 on and Sep there, and then good.
They're
Case 300 maybe as well.
Emma.
Well, how we talking about? Sorry, I mean, like aggressive. Finally got that level. So, okay, onto lane.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard for them to actually find the kill there. Zaki, meanwhile, goes to Xiaowei over by the hard camp, and it's not gonna be able to find the kill, but still just, you know, making him a little bit tense, worried about what could come from a little rotation.
You know he doesn't take much damage, right? Because of the fused raindrop.
Right. Yeah, it's helping. It's a nice little bit of it. That definitely could have been a kill otherwise.
So we look at the Slaughter, just going for Blink Rush, great for the armlet, so a lot of trust in his teams for the initiation. And of course now that Nana has that exit, gone for the Crypt Swarm so he can push out lanes more efficient. Usually only max out the souls, the Spirit Siphon if you want more kill potential in lane, otherwise you go for the Crypt, sure. And you look at Wen, he's got Arcane Boost, he's got Storing, he's on decent timing to getting max anytime soon.
Yeah, it's definitely the way that you want to end up going for that one. Ooh, Darkseer. I think they're trying to go again onto aggressive. I mean, it's worth noting there are still a lot of good sort of directional damage that doesn't have to do with, you know, clicking onto the Slark. So I think that there's still ways for them to find a kill, even though Slark has level 6. If they rotate with the DP, for instance, and, you know, maybe they're able to jump on top of him with the Lion or something, that does start to pose a little bit of an issue. The wraparound in towards mid now. MMY, level 4, does have Nova as well as Frostbite, but already you can see Nana heading down and away from that vulnerable spot in the mid lane. He might still be in trouble, though, as they just place the ward behind the tower.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Well,
yeah, they should be going for the... Oh, Nana coming in.
He gets the Spirit Siphon on, still very tanky, but there's just no way. Apu's going to end up dying to this one as well. Yeah, double kill for the Crystal Maiden, MMY. Making it happen. Not often you end up seeing that out of the CM this early.
Middle tower is under attack.
Carry Maiden. But you know what? You know what, Lyrical? DP would have survived if he just bought the Maiden.
That's true. The best item in the game.
Raindrop.
He also had 10 stick charges, but I think he knew at that point he wasn't really going to be able to survive through it. The tier 1 tower is going to go down now. Double Ion Shell is there, but there's not a great way for them to actually take this fight. They also do have the 2 sentry wards down, so they would have spotted any movement in. They just got great vision overall. Like, look at LGD's vision real quickly, and you can see all over the map they've got pretty much everything on lockdown. Whereas the side of Warriors Game&Unity, they've got one up here on the high ground, which is helping out a decent amount, but their vision into the enemy jungle is not where it probably needs to be.
Well, yeah, I like the vision. And WG.Unity did do about that, and they just smoked under a ward, so this LGD is outplaying them so far. They've been winning the vision game, hating WG, and who can he even kill? Even Slark is on the run, and he's making his way to a Shadow Blade in good time. Despite the rough start going up against Darkseer.
Well, the plus side to this is that they're probably going to be able to take a tower, and they might not even necessarily have to commit the exorcism for this. If they wanted to, they could try and wait on it. Or just pop it. Why not? Nana's. Let's secure the tower. We'll be fine. Looks like LGD might think about. Yeah, they can't really come and contest.
Yeah, it looks like it's my turn to get lag. Like everything's just frozen for me now. I might do a quick.
Uh-oh. There's a 4-person smoke heading down towards bottom lane. Hopefully you end up coming back in time. Are you here? Oh god, when you come back you need to get in because Nana just got jumped upon. Maybe ends up being able to find the kill. He just explodes. And with that, it's going to be just one quick kill. He didn't miss much. Nana just got exploded upon. And that was all.
A bit unfortunate, but anyways, yeah, we're 5-2. Okay, at least they get the tower, so that's something. Is it a tower denial? Is it like a tower kill?
It was the tower kill. As maybe...
Oh,
they're gonna jump on Aj. He actually gets the crush off. Nicely done, but still may be in a little bit of trouble. They get the dragon tail from afar and trying to stay alive, but he doesn't end up throwing out the crush. A valiant effort, but not nearly enough as MMY is just gonna clear out the creep wave with the ultimate. Okay, that's a thing, I guess.
I guess so. Like, you know, why not? He has an ult to you, and I'm not sure what any item he's going. He hasn't gone for anything really like a Midas whatsoever. What's that? Maybe he might consider picking up a Windlace. Not in this Veil. I mean, this is something which you're starting to see a lot more profits. One still still making his way towards the mech. Has Hitras making his way towards the buckler, so he's gonna get in good time. Up, take another tower, fight with the Exo, but I'm not a fan of how this is. Like, for WG.Unity to group up based on this. So I guess bottom lane, but mid lane they want to go into Afu.
They're not going to be able to go for it. Just a little bit too slow on the jump. It looks like instead Nana and Afu are going to be heading down here, and this is probably just going to be DP trying to clear out the jungle a little bit, steal away some of that farm from the side of LGD. Is aggressive with the Shadow Blade now in hand. It's going to be roaming through and seeing if he can find one of these juicy supports to pick off. But nobody's showing. Nana still behind the trees. They jump in on top of him immediately, realizing where she is. And there is not enough to heal. Actually, are you kidding me?
No
She's
way.
healing back up through all of that. Maybe it's going to end up falling. Nana does end up dying, but did enough damage at the end. MY on a killing spree. That ultimate from CM did end up doing enough to turn it, but my god, they killed off the Slark and the DK.
Dire's top tower is under
When
attack.
came in, just got them a while ago, and meanwhile Slaughter just picked up daggers, so that's a very big item pickup on the side of WG.Unity. Go for Sep, lay him out, he's alone.
By the way, are you still lagging at all, or is everything okay on your end now?
I'm back. The only downside is I have to take it.
Radiant's middle tower is
Okay.
under attack.
Good stuff. Well, if you do end up having any lag, we can potentially switch it back over to, and we can just sort of play Ring Around the Rosie with the stream to figure out who gets the best connection. Sometimes with that Perfect World stuff, it's just a lottery.
It is, but yeah, it's like it's all good for now.
Well, Roshan, they can go for it, yeah. I mean, they've got the amp damage, why not? They're going to end up popping it and going in with the Exorcism. This is why you pick that Slark in the DP on the Dire side. Just jump in, take out Roshan, and there's not much LGD can do to stop it.
Yeah, this is gonna be a free rush for them. And now they can middle lane, or just group up and wait for LGD moved up, looking maybe. Naked Dragon Knight on my screen running in.
Oh, aggressive is
Wrap
primary line. He goes on to Afu. There's the jump forward as well. Stun onto Nana, doing a lot of damage. The Exorcism is going to wear off relatively shortly, and that's going to be a lot of heals going our way. Aggressive is still going to be able to get out of there for the moment. Surge onto Ajit, trying to chase down Aggressive. He has his blink off cooldown, goes for the crush, but not going to be able to find it. So it looks like for now, as the Hadouken comes out from the Satyr Tormentor onto 4, the Warriors Game and Unity are maybe going to be able to find a crush, dodges the arrow, Nice stuff there, but is going to be able to
crush.
catch 2, and MMY now in a lot of trouble. The amp damage is going to bring him down. Jowate also getting bashed up, but not dead as of yet. Can Ajit find this kill? He does have a Blink Dagger in one, looking for the crush, and is going to be able to find it right there. Only needs one more hit, and the Crypt Swarm finishes it off. DP with the kill.
Oh, wait,
Nicely
DK?
played. Okay, maybe, possibly, thinking about it, but no mana.
Yeah, they don't get any kills here. Look at that die, all the way from the ones behind the tier 2s all the way to the front door of LGD's base. WG.Unity. So happy.
Yeah, that was very well played right there. And this Darkseer mechanism with the Arcane Boots already up and online, Wen has gotten just so much farm at these early stages. It's starting to look like Warriors Gaming might have what it takes here. It's kind of been not necessarily the story of underdogs, but particularly the CDEC Youth and DC game that happened earlier. Are we going to see another upset? There's a possibility for it.
That's always the best things to watch, especially when LGD maybe could have underestimated WG.Unity coming to this series. Sure, he's not the kind of captain to let that happen. But anyways, here, like you talk about Darkseer's getting so much farm, he's getting kills as well. That Ion Shell, MMY is pretty pumped for support. So get Darkseer 18 minutes in, and 15 minutes in, 50 more gold away, or 300 just like to a blink. But then he's gonna get beautiful VAC combos in, it's gonna do a lot of damage. So far, even Ajit, he's put his Blink Dagger to absolute good.
No, it's true. And the other thing to keep in mind is that this is pre-track quick kills coming out. Zaki hits the level 6 now and throughout the first track onto the Mirana. Interestingly, the Mirana ended up going for Blink first. Oftentimes when we've been seeing these Miranas been played in the mid-roll, it's been Aghanims into Blink Dagger, but a little bit of a slower path towards it. I guess that Jowate just feeling like he needs to be able to have that mobility more so than the damage.
Especially against a Slaughter and item. Jowate LGD is an initiation. So Blink Daggers and great arrows. I don't see it in any way it's this item bad. Just changing around the order of which the item, the itemization for Mirana. I'm looking at the bounty hunter. Like we haven't talked about him for a bit. Itemization, basically stock. So since we already have a mech on Darkseer, it will allow more Solar Crest, Force Staff, more utility, different items for money. Smoke from WG.Unity.
Kind of curious to see what he does end up going for. It does feel like Lotus or Solar Crest would be a pretty decent pickup for the side of Warriors Gaming Unity. Still can also just do his nice little warding missions, and this next engagement, if they end up trading evenly, this is really gonna favor Warriors Gaming just by virtue of that natural advantage that they get through track. Alright, smoke breaks from Bounty Hunter, which means that they're also going to be able to reveal him with the Shadow Walk. And now moving through, aggressive up front and center. Can they actually find it? There's going to be the dust out, and yeah, Zaki's down. No way out of that one. Now no more track kills are going to come of this. Nana's already popped the ultimate. They get the crush onto September, and meanwhile Ajit trying to bring him back in. They are going to throw out the wall, and that's going to be a kill. So much damage there with natural order and everything else. Nana dropping low. He is going to get mechanism up, and the Yule Scepter keeping him alive. MMY again. This huge ultimate. Nana has the silence back up in 1 second. Ends up throwing it out right at the very end of that CM ulti. Still so much damage was expended, and they're not going to be able to find anything more off the back. We are probably going to see Warriors Gaming take the tower, but God, the CM has just done so much in this game. MMY has been playing exceptionally well.
His positioning has been really on point so far. Just to make sure that there wasn't a slot run for the counter mission, and great timing is Slaughter. Ages just expired, so they will back up. But any look at the tower. Abu going down.
That's rough. Tries to bring him back in. Wen gonna chase down aggressive a little bit. Zaki is here as well, and with the track, they are going to be able to find the kill. One last crush from Ajit. Nicely played.
That's a kill to a high priority kill. And how to get the kings. In Blink, you can go for EKB next. This is really close as well. It's very intense. You can tell between the know that by winning this game one, it's going to provide them game for both teams in at the LAN tournament event. So looking at Zaki, getting some very deep wards down.
Where he can give that advantage to his team, and I'm looking more and more at it, and it feels like with the Blink Dagger up on the line at this stage, you've also got the Blink on the Darkseer, you've got the Blink on the Slardar. Everybody is so mobile on the side of Warriors Gaming that if they get any type of advantage at all, the follow-through, the follow-up, it's just so significant. You saw it there with the aggressive play where he just moved a little bit too far forward, and they were able to punish him really severely, and that's something that I feel like is kind of a problem for LGD. They don't have the same type of mobility.
This game, actually Slock may be forced to go for BKB just because of all the controls available for WG and of Blink. So we need to like using his dark preemptively whenever he has to.
Oh.
Bottom lane, however, looking maybe not out all alone, very tanky.
Oh, Crush.
Shit.
A lot of damage coming out. They do end up going for the Dragon Kill, but there's the Hex. Good stuff from Afu, and that's going to be maybe going down. Bounty Hunter gets the kill, and here's the track coming in spades. It's also worth noting real quickly, we didn't talk about this before the game, but the loser of this series is going to have to go on to face the loser of Vici Gaming Reborn and Newbie, as Aggressive jumps onto Afu and is still going to be able to find that kill. So whoever loses this series is going up against probably one of the favorites to win the whole thing, and they're going to have to face them in the lower bracket for elimination. Both of those teams just so exceptionally strong. It makes this a must-win for both of these teams.
Yeah, so yeah, you still can understand like the stakes are really high for both. Now wait, now getting closer to Aghanim. Right, top 10 this game. I like how we the map as good as they can, but LGD just not giving them winning control of their jungle.
Oh.
So we're gonna find Zaki.
Oh my god,
MMY. Done.
Like,
nice speed.
He just walked in there, realized that there was going to be a bounty hunter in the area, places the sentry, and is able to find the kill. It was all set up from these two wards that were right down here. He spotted the bounty hunter moving over. So just really good recognition there from MMY. Able to find the kill.
Maybe with that he's gonna ancient stack, he's gonna BKB and Slock finds himself another kill with C. So I guess this is one way of doing it. You said earlier on like how you can't like you worry for LGD because the Blink Daggers, you know, the ability items. In case we're just by one, so they can't be jumping around.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that they have sort of itemized now to deal with it pretty effectively. They've got the Blink on Zhao, we talked about earlier, and is now almost going to be able to finish off the Aghanim Scepter. They have one on DK, now also picking up the BKB. Worth noting, though, that MMY, he's still been getting all these great ultimates, no mobility items, and now he's going back for Veil. So he's just going for like straight out DPS Crystal Maiden, not something that you always end up seeing, but it's going to be really effective in the context of this draft. I mean, you've got Natural Order, which is maxed out right now. You've also got the Veil that's going to be coming up, all of the damage from the Mirana. They desperately need these BKBs to be online, not just for the Slardar, but also eventually this DP. And you can see, after going for that Cattle Point Booster, is now picking up the Ogre Club, and I'm assuming going to try and finish that off.
Into this initiation, you know, but not to just walk in and do whatever he needs to, so he doesn't have to worry about like the arrow, stun, the stomp. There's so much magic at their disposal, and right now I see both passive for now, just bombing the jungle, trying to just build the item each before they fight again. So we might see like at least a minute of passiveness. Okay, maybe not. Yeah.
I mean, they just got they got the Ags on Mirana, so I feel like they're pretty ready for this. That being said, Guardian Greaves on the Darkseer, they might run into each other here, and could see some fireworks in a second if they do happen to head over into their jungle. Zaki gonna move up front and center. He does end up breaking the smoke, and they're waiting for the moment. Jump forward. There's the Hex on the Zhao.
Oh,
vacuum wall back as well, and that's gonna be 2 quick kills. Looking for a little bit more now. MMY trying to TP out desperately. They don't see him. He just is able to escape. Oh, that's really frustrating. And it looks like with that, that's going to be all the kills that happen. But that was a really nice combo there for WG.
Well, great job. I always like seeing a vacuum into a combo, but it's always satisfying to see. And that looks like we see Mana. They're gonna start chipping away to the end for this maybe. The arcane is gonna it's gonna run by a tiny bit. So that's, and if he gets a kill, he's gonna get so much closer to B.
Radiant's middle tower.
Nicely done. And now, as well, going to be heading into the jungle, clearing out these creep camps, and I'm assuming getting ready to try and take Roshan. It's not easy without the exorcism. That's the one downside, and they only have a quarter of it left. So I don't know if they're going to be able to actually take this here. So they probably have to just back out. We see LGD moving on their own way.
Yeah, it's just tough for them. That's the downside of having long cooldown on the X, which is what I mentioned earlier on. Very line, any big moves, objectives, it's all based on this exorcism. So another the BKB's completed a Nana, he's gonna make way to us at Octane Core, and then start the fight, a bit more often compared to LGD side where everything is on such short cooldowns. Carry his team here. Scouting arrow. Find anyone in the Roche pits. So they're aware of what could have happened. Yeah. And LGD maybe trying to take this kill on out so they can control the Roche pit a bit more efficiently.
Yeah, this is the dream here, I would imagine, is it looks like maybe he's going to keep on heading off this direction. They can potentially go for Roche themselves if they wanted to be pretty greedy. If they were going to do that, they probably would have had to go like 30 seconds ago or something. But despite the fact that they're still struggling, they're ahead by about 1,000 gold and around 5,000 experience as well. And you've also got Slark now who's been able to pick up a Eye of Scotty. So they're certainly by no means behind, but maybe not as far ahead as they would want.
He goes for staff, so this is an item which I like on Bounty Hunter. So this is going to help him, so at least when he goes in for his team to try and scout, he's going to dodging, but oh man, he's hitting into Nana.
Oh my god, that damage is just so significant. Aggressive is going to be able to find one. They get the Hex as well as the Crush, and maybe going to be able to find the kill. Vacuum back 1 to 2. Isn't enough damage though. Aggressive is just out of it. Often throws out the finger of death, but it's not nearly enough. Zhao Wei just jumps in and destroys that Lion. So the amount of DPS that's coming out from that Aghanim Scepter upgraded ultimate with the Mirana is just destroying Starstorm. Too good.
It's so unfortunate. They could have killed him off, but Lias didn't have enough mana for the finger. Otherwise, that would have been a kill. Sure. So he dodges a bullet.
I mean, also DP not being able to get off BKB, like that's huge. You gotta be able to make use of that item that you just picked up. But you can see now Mirana mechanism online, and there's no great way to stop this right now. And I don't think that LGD are really gonna end up being punished for it at all. Like DP is back up in 4 seconds, but there's no way they can chase this. MMY possibly could go down here as they have Apu who's running back in, and the rest of the side of LG is coming into this. If they're not careful, they're going to end up going down rather rapidly. Ajit controlled for the moment. MMY is still alive. They need to get up one more shuriken shot. That is going to be a kill on Nana. Now looking for aggressive. There's the Hex, and might be able to find a follow-up kill. He is going to go down. So they turn it back into their favor as the arrow does not connect. And with this, they're going to hope to try and take down Roshan, but they want to save Exorcism if they can.
But just one of those moments. Okay, you can tell Xiao once he backed up, the rest of his should have done the same. Oh, they can't stop. Step. Oh, arrow.
Oh my god. The Apu takes all of it, and the Earth Splitter coming through. Nana's just going to die again. No way to end up dealing with it. The amount of DPS that's coming out with this natural order combo and Zhao Wei's Starstorm is just absurd. When they've got that aura on them, they can't do anything. And BKB had not popped.
Zhao Wei's position really on point. Just saying, every time teammate is in trouble, he's always there to catch an arrow and pull a Nana. His BKB, you could tell he wants to use it. He's not the kind of player who beach up, but because he's getting out so many times, still a 10-second BKB despite he had about 3 opportunities. He could have used it in and could have win WG.Unity in the fight, but LGD, they identify that he's the key threat. They take him out, they kill the tank, and WG.Unity are just using a manpower advantage all the time.
This is such a difficult game for them right now, and I mean it's just like, I don't know. It's tough because you can get that instant disable that comes out from the Dragon Knight with the Dragon Tail, but by the same token, at a certain point for WG, you gotta realize they're gonna jump on your DP. They don't have any great saving mechanism built into their squad, so they just don't have what it takes to deal with this right now. And you look at the amount of damage that's coming out from them, it's just destroyed. There's no way to deal with this in the least bit. Zero magical resistance. Pops the BKB finally, and they are going to try and take this fight. This is going to go better for them, I would imagine. Maybe is going to die. Maybe going to be able to find aggression as well. Lifts up with the Ewell Scepter. Going for the follow-up. Silence. Track still on him. The Earth Splitter's going to go through onto Two. Nana drops so low, and he is going to have to just being brought down again. Oh my god, this Elder Titan!
They did so much to try and kill aggressive. He still got out of that, and because of his ult, he's just gonna full HP, chipping away into tier 3. WG, no buybacks to their side except for Nana, who does finally use his 10-second KV. So that's a disaster for WG.Unity. They came looking pretty strong, but now aggressive here, it's so unlikely.
Yeah, it doesn't look
Oh, Nana.
Oh my god. This can't happen right now. They've got to be able to save him here. Afu taking a lot of damage. Zhao Wei up front and center. They bring him down again, and nothing in the least bit. I'm wondering if it might have even been worth it for to just go for an early pipe to jump forward. Zhao Wei on top of Ajit, maybe going to be able to find a kill. They throw out another arrow, and that's a double for Zhao Wei. Lead forward, wants a little bit more. The BKB is popped, but he can't find the crush. And he's able to just zone him out and away. Honestly, to me, September on this Elder Titan has just provided so much to this draft. WG.Unity is really, really struggling to deal with the minus magical resistance.
They are, like, the moment you realize that it has more items than your Slaughter, who's supposed to be fighting earlier, that's when you know things are just not that well for you. So maybe WG.Unity made strategy in the game.
Oh god.
Back his side, but aggressive. You're just diving right. You don't even care. Maybe an aggressive turns like, hey, on near the tower. It doesn't even matter.
I mean, as soon as they jump in with the Elder Titan spirit, like Mirana can follow it up instantaneously. She almost has an E-blade now as well. So the amount of damage comes out, it is still a lot here, but Ajit and Zhao Wei's still alive. He's gonna walk away from that. No, he's gonna finally be brought down. And it looks like actually he's gonna be going for a butterfly instead. I was expecting the E-blade that we've seen more often. But they need to break ground eventually. A really nice hold there. Ends up getting 3,100 gold for the kill on Mirana. My god.
May just picked an AZ. So amplified damage not gonna hurt as much as you like. When you look at Slark, I mean, you have to give credits to aggressive though. Like the way he's been playing so far, he keeps going in and out like a Slark is supposed to do. The timing at which he fight every single time, been intercepting, forcing them to go on him, and he's pretty much like the tank. Like, I mean, maybe he's really tanky, but when you can just kill, it's trouble. I mean, we just saw Mirana Greaves. So many spells, they took a really long time to kill him off. You hit one more item, really hard to kill inside of LGD at all.
And I'm looking at the net worth graph right now. Very steep incline that came out from it. It's just causing a lot of issues. September is still here. He pops the dust. They are not going to be able to, as of yet, catch up to Zaki on this bounty hunter. And they might even think about turning this one back around. Afu gets the lift up one time onto that Elder Titan. But now, in the midst of all of this, maybe jumps in. They do end up popping now the ulti and the backing back into them. That's going to be a lot of damage going in on top of Nana, though. BKB or not, it's not going to matter. He just falls, as is Ajit. And oh my goodness. Warriors Gaming&Unity, you thought that it was going to end up going well for them. Maybe he's not going to end up getting caught there by that Earth Spike, but it does look like the Lion's going to be able to escape for the moment. There's just too much here.
Way too much. A 2-for-1 trade. They had a good initiation, but we just saw like the exorcism doesn't do much at this point. And D not here. Feels dead good to a Slark. That's true. Slaughter needs Satan as well. Occasion to be figured out, and one looking for a vacuum. We could find no one, but there MMY find a nice crossfire him. They're aggressive. They can't even kill him off. Oh, they kill him.
Oh, well played there. Able to find it now, and MMY trying to kill off Zaki. Not quite going to be able to do it often. Getting punched in the face by the DK. Maybe he's going to end up getting jumped upon now. Pops his DKB. Can they find this kill? He is really, really big. Oh no, and now they are going to be able to get out with Ajit, but at what cost? They're going to lose these barracks, no questions asked, and the only thing stopping them from pushing further is that there's tier 2s in the top one, but for how much longer? Meanwhile, down here in the bottom, MMY just let it go. It does look like he's going to be able to end up finding the kill there. Onto the Death Prophet, now lifted up. GG ends up getting called as LGD with a dominant performance over Warriors Gaming&Unity.
That is the end, and you see Xiao offlane Morana finding so many key items, greed, butterfly, and you see the Slaughter, you position one Slaughter, losing up, just trying to right click him down. It's like, hey wait, miss, an MKV. That's just it. But lyrical, that game won.
That's game one. It's in the books. LGD Gaming proving their direct invite status indeed, and we're going to end up seeing game number 2 in just a little bit. Again, for you guys that are just tuning in right now, this is the Nanyang